Welcome to another episode of the Why Not podcast. I'm Senior Airman Padilla with 5th Bomb Wing Public Affairs. Start off with a fun fact here. Did you know that Minot Air Force Base is one of the top, and in most years, the top base to receive first-term airman assignments? That's right, folks. We have more first-term airmen than most bases, and from what I understand, just about every other base in the force has less first-term airmen than us. And to celebrate that, we have three of Minot's newest airmen here. Let's go around the circle, introduce yourselves. Just give us your rank and name, your unit, and then tell us when you got here.
A1C Durand. I'm 5th Comm Squadron. I got here last month on the 20th.
So how many weeks is that for people that might be listening to
About 3.5.
Okay, 3.5 weeks.
Mm.
Go ahead.
Well, hi everyone. A1C Joseph Kako. I got here Thursday 20. I got here May 28th. Yes, just I think 20 days ago.
20 days ago.
20 years ago.
Nice.
Yeah, and I'm A1C Kriste. I got here last May 30th.
Nice. Also
Yeah.
2 weeks ago.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. And what unit are you guys? What job are you working?
5 CS HVAC.
HVAC. Nice.
I'm with CACPO 5CS as well.
Both you
HVAC.
guys.
Yes,
Sweet.
sir.
You guys met in tech school?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
classmates,
Same time.
Yeah.
Nice. Right on. Well, super happy to have you guys on. Welcome to Minot. I will tell you, I wasn't that excited to get this assignment either, right? It's kind of the, did anyone have Minot on their dream sheet?
No.
Damn.
No.
Yeah,
No.
absolutely
Nobody-
not. Nobody. Nobody, but I'll tell you, once you go around talking to people that have been in for some time, they will tell you that Minot is one of the best places to be. I don't know if you've come to that realization yet, but Minot just has this reputation, and everyone that has gone through here will agree that it doesn't deserve that reputation. So, considering that reputation, what's your guys' first impression with Minot so far? First, tell us what it was like driving in here. Did you drive here?
Yes, sir. I
Yeah.
drove all the way from Louisiana to be with a U-Haul.
Nice.
My car behind it, so it was
Nice.
quite the trek.
What were your first thoughts driving in here?
Really flat, a whole lot of nutting, and really windy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, at least you got here at this time of the year. It's June. You guys got here in May and June, so
Yeah.
I mean, best couple months
It's
to
the
be
best time to come to Minot.
Absolutely. You guys
Yeah.
can kind of get used to things, get used to the area, and not have to deal with these blizzards, man. And you can at least be greeted by Minot at its best. Yeah, right on. What about you? What were your thoughts getting in here?
I drove 4 days. I drove from Seattle, Washington
Okay.
to Minot. I think my best experience is to drive from Seattle to here. I like Montana.
Yeah.
Montana is amazing.
Yeah.
Montana is amazing.
Did you stop in Yellowstone?
Yeah, no. Well, my third stop is Bozeman.
Nice.
But it's nice place, very nice.
Beautiful
place.
mountains, right?
Yes, I like.
Yeah,
Montana.
absolutely. I also stopped in Yellowstone on my way up here from Los Angeles, and that was awesome. It sounds like a horrible time, that much driving, but luckily with like PCSing and the travel days and everything, I was able to break it down into like really bite-sized chunks. I don't think I ever drove for more than like 6 hours, and then stopped at a bunch of national parks. So I had a great time. What about you, sir? How was your drive up here?
So I flew from Hawaii to here, Minot. So yeah, from island to a flat place.
Okay.
To be honest, it's not bad.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not
There-
too bad. I
yeah.
mean, again, being from a much larger city, I shed like a single tear once I got to the city line and was like, wow, there's like nothing here.
Yeah.
But this place has grown on me a ton. What were your guys' reactions on drop night when you got your assignments here? What was more specifically, what was the first thing that you Googled about Minot?
Oh,
Well, I was originally aircrew first, and then got medically disqualified. So I heard a lot about Minot from security forces,
Okay.
which their reviews of it are a bit more rough because of the
Yeah, just the
circumstances they're
nature
under.
of their job is going to make this
But
assignment a lot more
I
brutal.
didn't aircrew. You can't have a base put down as a preference. They don't let you. So when I got to Keesler, I just got whatever.
Right.
So I had literally no idea what I was gonna get. I was sitting on CQ just one night in the middle of the night, just check it, and saw Minot, and I was like, "Oh, this is gonna get me interesting." 'Cause
Huh.
I knew it was out in the middle of nowhere, so I was like, and I came from out in the middle of nowhere, so I lived out in the rural city of I think like 20 people in Louisiana. So I was like, okay, I was like, the distance between the base and where I lived were the same between the cities. So I was like,
Okay.
okay, so it's like just going the same type of area. So I was like, it ain't that
So
bad.
you're somewhat familiar with like the rural
Oh, yeah,
the rural
definitely.
lifestyle. Okay. What's the population of the town you're from?
Uh
Is it like ballpark around Minot?
yeah, actually, it's like roughly the size. It's Alexandria in Louisiana. It's like slap dab in the middle of the state. So
Okay.
it's like, I forget the exact numbers, but it's not a very, it's like slightly bigger than Minot.
Okay.
Like
Nice.
when I drove through here, I was like,
Feels like
yeah, that's
home.
about right. There's definitely much more. Like Louisiana is like really sparse, so like
Mhm.
everybody's yards are like twice as huge. So
Mhm.
it's like the city is deceptively big.
Okay.
So it's not as many people live there as you think, but
Right on. How about you, man? How are you feeling when you got the orders of Minot?
I get my first assignment. I remember January 29. I think I'm in schoolhouse, and I think it's break time. Yes, break time. After break, I went in a IT room. I plug in my card in computer, and I saw my note. My first impression, but I think is break because I heard about my note. They say buff is buff code place. It's code place. It's bad. It's bad. But for me, I don't know. I really don't know how is my note. But after that one, I check. I check in net. I check. I check. But online, but I say okay. But no problem. Is but challenge for me. I say okay. I go in my note. No problem.
Yeah, that's funny. You explained plugging in your CAC
Yes.
to your nipper, and I forget that that's how it is for pretty much everyone else. For PA Tech School, we turn it into like the NFL draft. Like it's this huge ceremony. The whole det, there's like 75 of us in the det, and the whole det's invited to go down to the day room, and the det commander does the. I mean, if it's like American Idol, then the commander is like the Ryan Seacrest of the night, and he makes a whole show about it, and it's like really cool. He does not have to do that. I think he's long gone, but that tradition is like has carried through to whoever the new commander is. Yeah, so we stand up there, and he does like he's got all these sounds and like goofy animations going up on a PowerPoint behind him. He'll give you fake ones. He'll give you like, oh, you got this one. Oh, messed it up, sorry, and then like give you the real one. So that's like a pretty cool little experience. And then when I got Minot, I have recordings to prove it. The Minot logo comes up, and then you just hear an audible ooh. Yeah. So that's not very promising, but tell us about it, man. What was it like to find out you're going to Minot?
So for me, I waited a long time. Every single one of my class got their assignments. I heard one guy in Minot, which is Capo. Capo is in my class, that's why. I heard it about Minot. Every single sergeants we have, they're saying like, ugh. That's the first thing they will say if you say you're going Minot. They're saying like, ugh. I waited for like at least almost a month for my first assignment. I went to my IT room on back in the tech school Shepherd. Went there like 7 p.m. at night after I ate dinner. Whew. Like I was like, I I hope it's in there. I hope I got a good place at least.
What base were you hoping for?
Somewhere back home.
Anywhere
Hawaii.
else?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anywhere else as long as not Canon and Minot.
Right.
I was not hoping those two.
Yeah.
Open it up. Went to assignments. It loads like a minute. It pops up on the screen. Minot.
Yeah.
The
But
first thing I saw is five CIC my note. I say,
yeah, but I think Minot, I like it. I like it so far. Yeah. Can't wait to winter. Try new things. Skiing, snowboarding, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, again, once you talk to people that have been around the block, they will vouch for Minot very heavily. Most people really appreciate it here after doing a term here. Um, yeah, so just look out for that. Look out for how many people really appreciate this place and really vouch for this place not being a nightmare assignment, you know. I think it really goes to show like the power of marketing and the slogan, right? Like, yeah, some of these slogans have these iconic catchphrases, and the whole why not, why not thing. I mean, I heard that in tech school. Like, I mean, I'm sorry, I heard that
Yeah.
in BMT.
Yes, BMT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like kids are just running around BMT being like, oh, where do you want to go? Why not, why not? Ha, ha, ha. And then so you hear that, and then you just walk away from it being like, man, I hope I don't get mine on. I don't know why, but these guys are saying it, so it must be bad. And I really think that's all it is, because I'm really left to wonder why this place has such a horrible reputation. And I think it's just because of that rhyme. That's it. Um, so yeah, I mean, you got like it gets better from here once you realize that there's so much community in this area and that the leadership here is like consistently amazing. You will grow to appreciate what Mana has to offer, especially when you consider if you guys keep in touch with some of your tech school friends. I'm sure a lot of them will be very disappointed with their assignments, even though you don't hear things that rhyme about their base.
Yeah.
So yeah, so you guys are Minot's newest airman for the most part,
Mhm.
but you're also the Air Force's newest airman, right? The operational Air Force is just as new to you guys as Minot is. So with that being said, I just kind of want to pivot the conversation towards a more professional context, right? All right, you're here in Minot, you've moved in. I imagine most of you guys are you guys in the dorms?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, all three of you?
Yes.
Yeah. So like the moving in process it's pretty, cut and dry. You just get in that dorm and that's it. You're not waiting for your spouse and your kids to get here. So that part's kind of over. Now you guys are learning a new job, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Because that's most of what being Minot's newest airman, that's most of it involves more about learning your job and getting acclimated into your unit rather than just finding fun things to do around Minot, right? So just to kind of pivot towards your shop, um, what's intimidating you the most right now? I know it's take your time with it, but I know like I say take your time with it, but shouldn't take that long for you to like remember something that kind of scares you a little bit, right? I sure as heck can tell you what those things were for me, so go for it.
Oh yeah, for me, I'm server admin, so we have control over nipper sipper on base. Like literally just 2 days ago, we had to deal with like a commander's multiple officers and their computers messing up, getting quarantined, and us having to quickly fix it so they can continue to do their job. And you're
Mhm.
like thinking if I don't do my job, literally half this base doesn't function. So
Mm.
like a lot of, especially comms in general, we're part of the infrastructure that makes this base work at all. So it's really, you really see how much impact your job has and how much it matters that you know it and how easily you can mess it up.
Mhm.
Especially because in tech school, my instructors would tell me all the time, like, like if you get a NOS, which is over entire regions of the U.S., he was in PACAF. He pushed a uh, command for to update all the computers in PACAF. He messed up the command and it started wiping every single computer in
Oh
PACAF.
my gosh.
The only reason he was perfectly fine was one of his wingmen came in behind him and stopped it before it did it, but it wiped his commander and half of his base's computers.
Wow.
And
Yeah,
that's how
terrifying.
much authority and power that I can have. Now, granted, it changes base to base because my job's all over the place. I mean, I
Mhm.
can do combat comms, be deployed all the time. I
Mhm.
mean, you can, like this one, we mainly handle like print servers. Your printer's not working, we come fix it for you. Your device gets quarantined, any of those things. But
Mhm.
just knowing that if I move base, my job changes massively is it's a lot to take in.
Mhm.
It's just like a new airman being like, oh my God, all the things I can do and all the things you're expected to learn super quickly.
Right. But that's also, I would imagine that that's something that's super exciting about your career
Mhm.
field, right? Is that it seems like from what you're describing, every 4 years you're gonna have like a redefined role
Mhm.
and learn a new skill. It's not always the case, you know. Sometimes it can be kind of the same dance at every base. And I know for PA it's kind of like that where every job, every base that you get sent to can be kind of a different it's a different day in the life for you. What about you guys? What's your what's scaring you the most about your job? I don't want to say scare, but what's the most intimidating hurdle that you think you'll have to come across pretty soon?
Mm. Troubleshoot,
Hmm.
troubleshoot, and winter time because winter time we need to we need to fix, we need to change the system to cooling
Hmm.
to cooling to heating, and that is very very difficult
Hmm.
for me. That troubleshoot and cooling to heating, heating system. I think so.
Yeah, probably during winter time, because as they said in the shop, right now it's summer. It's kind of nice. We have a nice weather. We don't have to worry about the systems. There's nothing about like there's not a bunch of work stuff to do, workloads to do.
Hmm.
It's just most of them is like preventive maintenance, PMs. But they said during winters, like almost all of the systems will act up. Like, oh, we need to do this right away, because yeah, we need to keep our fellow airmen safe and have a warm place to stay in during winter. So probably, yeah, during the winter times, trying to fix every heaters that will act up.
I mean, arguably, we could call that the most important job in Minot. HVAC, getting
yeah.
those heaters taken care of.
Yeah.
I mean, even I know the bubble, which for you non-Minot people, the bubble is an indoor track, and it's climate controlled for the most part. But I would imagine, from what I've understood, from when that thing first opened up last year, it was like a logistical nightmare getting that heater going. And it's not a required facility, right? We don't need to have an indoor track,
Mm-hmm.
but it sure as heck is an awesome privilege to have that. And yeah, I'm sure so much of the existence of that bubble is a credit to HVAC, just like working throughout the year. I'm sure it took at least a year to build that thing, and you guys made that happen for us. So yeah, awesome work you guys are doing over there. I feel nice and warm. It's a little hot in the studio right now. We could probably crank the AC a little bit, but
Yeah.
right on. Well, anything surprising so far about either being in Minot, being in the operational Air Force? You gave me something that kind of intimidates you. Anything surprising or anything specific that kind of excites you?
I'd say the prospect of being deployed, because for my job in particular, if you get deployed, you can do a whole lot of just off the wall things. Because
Hmm.
whenever you get deployed, comms is a Swiss Army knife. You're just expected to do everything, regardless of what your shred is. Like if you're mainly a server guy, they'll just tell you, "Hey, set this entire network up for us.
Hmm.
We need that zipper network done in like 2 days," and you just have to just make do with what you got.
Hmm.
This, well, currently we're not in as much of a wartime as we were, but a lot of my instructors were during that time. He said you go out to a fob and there would be literally nothing. There would be rat's nest of Ethernet cables everywhere that you had to figure out how to set an entire network up. So the guys that you're with, because half the time we work with JTAC, so we're usually working with special warfare. So we have to get stuff up fast, quick, and in a hurry, and make sure it's secure. And that is, from some of the stuff they've told me, they said it is wild. The stories that they've said, I was like, good God.
So you're excited to get deployed?
Yeah,
That's
it's
awesome.
it's kind of sketchy, scary, and interesting all at the same time.
Yeah. What about you guys? What's the most surprising kind of thing you guys have found so far?
In my note, my first surprise is a gas price
Yeah.
because but where I'm from, the gas is six bucks,
Yep.
$6. But here is is 350,
And that's
380.
still on the
Yes.
higher end for
Yes, with the gas price when I come.
yep.
And I started to be maybe deployed. I'm set to deploy maybe I don't know Guam, East West, but I don't know yet. But I'm set to be deployed.
Cost of living. Yeah. I mean, that's definitely something. Real estate is
Yes.
crazy cheap. It's so cheap that I bought a house. That's how cheap it is. Which, by the way, listen to our Why Not Buy a House episode for some valuable information.
Mm.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, you guys are all in the dorms. I mean, another awesome thing about Minot and the Air Force in general, but you guys should be out of the dorms pretty soon. Like the way things are here, um, that's one of the benefits of being at such a heavily involved base with first term airmen. You can't possibly house all those airmen in the dorms for that long, so you guys won't be in there for that long. I was in there for like 5 months. I'm also old. I don't know if that like really. There's all these like myths about like who gets out of the dorms faster, and I'm not sure which ones are true. But one thing that's definitely true is that there's a lot of airmen that got to get in those dorms. So those people that have been in there for like 5, 6, 7 months are usually the first ones to come out of there. Are you guys looking to stay on base? That's another option that you'll be having to make probably sooner than you think.
No, for me, I think I wanna stay on base in cold time, because I can wake up, I can wake up
Yep.
I can wake up a 7:30, 8, and now I can go to work, 8:30.
Mhm.
It's close to my job. My dorm is close to my job. It's one, but it's good for me. But if I live off base, if I live off base, that is a challenge for me. That challenge for me. But I need to wake up early. I need to wake up early, maybe 6 or 6:30. That
Logistically, living on base
yes, live on me.
is awesome. I miss it deeply every day. The line at the gate, it's been super good lately. But I think especially when the winter starts wintering,
Yeah.
it gets pretty brutal out there, and you always gotta allow a little buffer in time for that gate line. We skipped over you, man. What was your what are you the most excited about? What caught you kind of by the best surprise being here in Minot, whether it's about the city or the job?
Probably the work environment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean
'Cause
exactly? Like the culture, like you're getting along with everybody.
yeah, getting along with everybody. Cause during tech school or during BMT, make mistake, gonna yell at you, then get in trouble
Yep.
and stuff. In here, operational, if you did a mistake, there's someone willing to help you,
Yep.
guide you into the right way, which is nice now.
Yeah.
Cause I can actually like learn my job,
Yep.
not worrying anything. So
Yeah,
yeah.
something I always explain to my family, right, is like how, we're in uniform and everything, and we have there's a certain standard for the way we walk and talk and act
Mhm.
and work, but it's also in a lot of ways a very relaxed, friendly environment, and that's something that I agree out of anything that surprised me about the military or Minot, it is how comfortable I feel coming to work in terms of my friends asking for help. Um, I'm really surprised and excited to be a part of the Minot and military culture here. So cool.
Yeah.
Well, is there anything else that you guys want to kind of add before we cut the lights here?
Like it's usually the culture's usually better is people actively try to make it better.
Mm-hmm.
As when I was sitting there for quite a while in Lackland, the culture is pretty rough,
Mhm.
but there's so many people there that people just don't really get to know each other.
Mm.
Well, like the second I showed up here and showed up to my shop, I mean, it was just immediate. Like I immediately got along with everybody. You could tell that everybody's actually looking out for each other, actually working with each other. And like my squadron, they make sure you go talk to the commander, first sergeant,
Mhm.
everybody. I like the commander was great. I mean, you could tell immediately that he's trying to get everybody to actually get along together.
I mean, the main difference between, I've worked a lot of jobs, civilian, right? And say it's your first day at, bussing tables at the local restaurant. People are, usually people are friendly, maybe not, but they're sure as heck not gonna go out of their way to make you feel welcomed the
Mm.
way you do starting a new unit, a new base, whether it's your first term or your last term. So that's something that's like deeply ingrained. And I don't want to say military culture because this is my first base. What do I know about the entire military? But I know for a fact it's something deeply ingrained with Minot and specifically the PA shop.
Mm.
And when I got here, I was so overwhelmed by like how friendly everyone was and how out of their way they were going to kind of make me feel, I don't know, like I had friends or like a family. Everyone here is without their family, right? Our two NCOs are married to each other and they have these kids, and their kids' birthday parties was just the office,
Mm.
which is like, it kind of sounds like a bummer at first, but it's really not, considering that like, it's just such a symbol of like love and appreciation. It's like, hey, we want to have a birthday party for our kids. One of the limitations of having a military family is that we can't exactly have the whole family over here and fly out to Minot, North Dakota. So will you guys come and celebrate with us? And I think that's like so cool. Um, I don't know. I can't speak to other shops doing that, but that's the impression that I got. And that is something that helped me, acclimate to the culture here. And so I try to kind of reproduce that, at least just, with the first term or with the new airmen, just asking them if they want to go watch the game or something. Um, yeah, so that's something that has really like meant a lot to me since getting here. So I don't know, is it the same for you guys in your shop? Were you guys like, it sounds like were you two greeted kind of with open arms that
Yeah,
much?
yeah. Everyone in the shop is helpful. They're willing to help. You can just like they're like one call away.
Yep.
Everyone is nice and friendly. Yeah,
Awesome.
because our two new master sergeants are new as well, kind of new. Um, I was like first day I talked to Sergeant Mannion. He was like, "Yeah, this is not like my first base. He's been through every basis already. Um, he's saying that it's what you make it. It's how's the shop, how's your shop's gonna work with you. HVAC shop, it's nice. All of the guys are friendly. All of them, you can talk to them anytime. Just if you have a problem if you have a problem with anything, yeah, just one call with them. Especially with my sponsor, Woodfin, Senior Airman Woodfin. He's a cool guy. So I don't have a car right now. He's just like helping me out so far. Yeah, trying to drive me off, pick me up, go to work and stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
With the
he's
the logistical like assist with someone, I
yeah.
did the same thing for a couple airmen. They didn't have a car at first, pick them up on the way to work.
Mm,
Like, not a problem at all. It gives me a chance to get to know them a little bit outside of the office. Yeah, so I'm really glad that you had that experience of someone help you with like
yeah,
the logistical move, just kind of not having a car and being shown around. So awesome. Well, I appreciate you guys taking the time to chat with us here. Hope you
yeah,
had some fun. I hope you continue to have fun here in Minot. There is some fun to be had, whether whether you believe that or not. There is. You might have to drive a little bit. Hey, Salco and I are going to Theodore Roosevelt National Park. Go take advantage of some of the outdoor activities here. Take a look at that national park. It's pretty nice. There's some fishing. There's some boating. Yeah, there's some fun to be had here. And we are happy to have you here in Minot. Yeah, can't thank you enough.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Here, guys.